Alright, so to get this door moving in and out, what we have to do is first go into Kismet. I'm going to right click here and say New Manatee. Notice there's also Unreal Manatee. This will not launch until there's an actual Manatee event inside Kismet. I'm going to double click Manatee and it'll bring up this window, a very scary window, but it'll be alright. This is just a linear track editing program. So when you put like a keyframe down, if you took the animation course, you know that keyframes are very important for animation. Keyframe starts the animation and then ends the animation. So no different than any linear adding track type of keyframing thing. So we'll get into it. It looks more complex than what it really is. Okay, we're going to basically make these doors into groups. So you click on door 1, which is the right-hand door, and you right-click in this area and say Add New Empty Group. We'll put this as right door. Okay. I'll click on the other one. Add a new empty group. Call this left door. Once those are added, we can now go in here to the right door, right click on it, and you can see there's many different kinds of tracks that we can edit. Sound tracks, so we can make sounds go in and out of space. We can morph something. We can do particles. There's so much in here, really. It'd take years to go through it all. But let's look at the most basic one, add movement track. Okay. Again, I want to click on the other door, go down here, and add a movement track here also. Okay. Very simple stuff. Now, I'm just going to push this out of the way for a second so I can get to this view and have this view in my monitor. This is the front of the door. And also have my tracks editor open. You can see here they've already put this nice green start point right here. Okay, this would represent 0 and then 2 seconds. You can pull it in and out of this window right now by holding or wheel mousing out. Right mouse and left mouse. So left mouse goes like this. Right mouse actually doesn't do anything, but left mouse allows you to track edit like this. So these green areas right here, I'm going to stretch these out and put it at like 1 second of animation. Okay. And I'm going to bring this red one here to 1 second. Now it doesn't have to be totally 100% exact. We're talking about tenths of a second here. You just have to get it within a range of 1 second of animation. And you can see right here, there's our first keyframe already set for us. So what I'm going to do is put my time down here to 1 second. I'm going to move the door. Come back over here and hit enter. Oh, it had to be on the movement track. There we go. So that's the left door. Now what should happen here is when I scrub across the timeline, it should move. If it does not, I just have to kind of move that based upon the movement track. You have to be on the movement track in order for it to work. Another thing I like doing is showing this window because it shows more of a real-time effect. So here you can see the door is now opening. So as you see, I'm running out of space because I'm recording at a very big level. That way all the icons show up really big. So I'm dancing windows around. You probably won't have this problem because you probably have your screen resolution set to very high standards. I unfortunately do not have that, so you're going to see me move around a lot with this window. Okay, so I got the movement track. I'm going to work on the other door. I'm going to move my timeline down. Open the door up. And then hit enter. Okay, now you can see these red keyframes are appearing. Again, dancing the window over to the other side, fighting Windows 7 to make sure it doesn't snap. There we go. So this is what we have now. Any adjustments can be made by simply moving this forward a little bit and then going over here and hitting enter. You can also get rid of a keyframe by right-clicking on it and say delete. And then re-keyframe it back in. Right about there this time. Perfect. Alright, you also have a play button at the top if you want to play it. Stop. Loop selection, so you can just kind of watch it. And I also have a backwards. So sometimes if you want to look at the animation going backwards like this, it's a nice thing. So that would be your reverse on your Kismet control. So we're done with this window. Now we can close it out and kind of look at Kismet. Okay, so now we got a play, a reverse, a stop, a pause, a change direction, and then we got these little things that float around here. So if you hold control, you can click and move these around. We also have some disjoined ones from my last adventures. Anyone that is not connected, you can delete. There we go. In the next video, I'll show you how to add a trigger to this. So when something happens, it plays it, and when something doesn't happen, it reverses it. Alright, so that's in the next video.